Hey, happy Thursday, everybody. Mark again here, Weatherman Plus, and I'm going to give you the latest update on what's going on with the severe weather. We still have chances for tornadoes for today and some other severe weather potential. It's not a big risk, but we still have our next storm pulling in, and it's still a wild and wacky storm. Still have cyclogenesis, a strengthening low pressure, and more days of severe weather is expected to come from National Weather Service. This is bringing tornadoes, chances for large hail, and damage and winds. I'm going to show you all the latest information in this video. If you've never been here before, make sure you subscribe. I do weather forecasting all year long. Make sure you click the bell. That way you get the updates. Now for today, we do have our severe weather risk, and they still have this chance for tornadoes. All of this green region right here, picking up from southern Wisconsin, northern Illinois, going straight down in the central plains into the south central. Chances for tornadoes. And what I'm seeing in the atmosphere is that you are going to get these storms pushing through, but really around this afternoon. And you can see right here on your clock on the top left, this is your central time. Then once you get around 4 and 5 o'clock, you start getting these little singular cells pushing through in front of these storms. And so far it's showing it could get some hail cores in there as well as you go from 5 p.m. So far it's showing it'll go through northern Illinois. Also some of them going through Missouri, going to western Illinois, and a little bit of western Missouri. You also got some for eastern Kansas around this time, also Oklahoma. Now, if you keep watching it, you see quickly this will dissipate and change just because your CAPE, your instability, is really fluctuating and it's all over the place. I think besides that chance for tornadoes from 4 to 6 p.m., I think besides that, it's just going to be maybe a flood risk with all this rain coming down and chances for hail as well. But these storms are coming overnight. So as you go overnight with these storms and you get the system moving towards Michigan, you get some storms moving across the Tennessee, Kentucky Valley. But these storms over here in the South Central, this is where it's going to be all night long. Chances for hail. This is going to pull through the DFW all morning long as you go all the way from 10 o'clock on, and then early in the mornings, 3 or 4 o'clock for Dallas. You also get it over here for Houston at about that time, early in the morning. And then that pushes to the east. And as you go through for tomorrow morning, it comes again by Houston and starts going through Louisiana. Not bringing a lot of severity with it. Just bringing some small hail chances, some damage and winds, but mostly going to be a flood risk with this system. Now, as you go through for tomorrow afternoon, it will spark right back up again, and we do have a chance for severe weather for tomorrow. It's not a big chance, but you do have a small area, and you do have an even smaller area for a chance for tornadoes. But you can see how the storms brew right back up as you go through tomorrow evening, as it goes through Kansas, as it goes through Texas, and as that grows through the night. Not a huge threat, but up here on the northern side, you're getting a lot of hail cores overnight, early in the morning, as all that pushes through for Nebraska and Kansas. And this is going to go into western Iowa, also potentially into Missouri. But this is when we get our storms also coming in for Washington, Oregon, and Northern California as we go late into tomorrow, then overnight into the weekend. This is when y'all getting y'all storms. And this is when we getting that storm system that's coming in for Monday and potentially Tuesday also. I'm going to show you all the latest information. From what I can see, it will stretch into Tuesday. National Weather Service has seen this as well. They're waiting for the trend, the predictability to come out. I will show you all the latest information, but that next storm is growing into Tuesday as well. Now, yesterday we had 16 tornado reports between Kansas and Texas. We had 16 of them. So it was some strong storms. Even a lot of people saying they was getting some hail. Sorry I didn't do an afternoon update for yesterday. I had a lot of problems around here that was out of my control. Plus homeschool ran late into the evening as well. It was a very long day. I do apologize. Hope everyone is okay. Now, officially for today, your chances for tornadoes is in this green section and a stronger chance in this brown. So far, here's your cities and states at risk. This is going to be from 4 to 6 p.m. up here on the northern side. That will dissipate quickly. You also have chances for wind and you have chances for hail. Even significant hail right here, 2 inches in diameter or more in this black section. So here's your cities and states at risk for the hail threat, also for the wind threat. Now, another thing that's going to start kicking in that you need to think about is this heat. Okay, as you go all the way till this afternoon, now it's going to start picking up. You're going to start getting those 90s coming in through Texas. You're going to start getting those 80s pulling in towards Ohio Valley, Great Lakes, Tennessee, Kentucky, the whole east side of the lower 48, except for the northeast. You're going to be in the 80s for today and for the west. You do have some cold air coming your way also, but you do have a lot of heat that's pulling up for today. So just be aware of that, even though we have cold air coming bringing snow with this storm and tornadoes, you have all this heat that you got to think about also. Also think about this. In the south central, you get a lot of heat anyway, but with your heat indices, it's going to start pulling up to 100 to 110 degree heat indices for southern Texas. Just be aware that you have a lot of heat coming your way. Definitely for today, it will go stronger into the next week. Now remember, it will cool down at night also, and it is going to raise right back up for tomorrow, bringing your heat with you. And now the 80s and 90s are still in southern Texas, but now they're moving across the southeast, and everyone else is just cooling down just a little bit. You're in the 60s, you're in the 70s, so it's not super cool. But as you go overnight, you're going to have this cool front that's going to be passing through that you're going to be feeling. It's going to feel like in the 30s and 40s with your temperatures, but with your wind chills is going to bring it down into the 20s. Same thing along the west coast. The west is where you're going to be keeping all these cool temperatures the whole time we have all these storms. Going to be bringing in the 30s. Higher elevation is going to be in the 20s. But once again, with your wind chills, it's going to be feeling like in the 20s, maybe even the teen temperatures for the higher elevation. Just remember that this is going to be moving in also, and it's going to be bringing you the snow. But for today, you get a lot of strong dew points. You can see as you go from 5 to 7 o'clock, it really raises up your dew points in this region. And that's why you got those thunderstorms growing. But then it really starts dissipating. But you still got enough for severe weather. So you will have storms all evening long before the early morning hours. And it starts pushing further to the east. Now, when you look at your lift, you can see right around that time as you go past noon, it starts raising up your instability, chances for these storms to grow. But look how quickly they dissipate throughout the evening. So you really got a small window where you can have chances for tornadoes. I pretty much see it's going to be chances for hail and some damage and winds that come with these storms, and then some flooding. I think it's going to be some of your main factors. But you can also see this when you look a little bit further. You can see as you go from 4 p.m. and on, you start getting these singular cells pushing in front. This is where you have your chances for your greatest risk, your chances for tornadoes. You see how it moves further towards northern Illinois, some for western Missouri. But you see how later it dissipates and just turns into regular rainstorms, even loses its color as you go through the evening. Then it starts growing over here for western Oklahoma, going into northern Texas with your chances for tornadoes as you go to early morning. Then it becomes a damage and wind. And you can see this when you look at your chances for hail. You updraft Felicity. You get strong storms coming for eastern Texas, going into Louisiana, bringing chances for hail. There's a little bit of sporadicness over here for Kansas and Nebraska. But those cells moving through western Illinois, going to northern Illinois, chances to bring hail with those as well. And that is where you have your chance that I think for a tornado for today. And then as you go through the early morning and for tomorrow, it brings more hail for southern Oklahoma for those storm cells, central Texas going towards eastern and southeastern Texas, showing it will build up to some damage and winds all the way till this evening. Bring chances for 50 and 60 with these storms. Also for Oklahoma, Kansas, northern Missouri, going into Iowa, into northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin. Then you get them over here for northern Texas, passing by the DFW, going into Mississippi. Then once you go by early in the morning, they have more thunderstorms going from Texas into Louisiana, bringing 50 miles per hour wind gusts with that as well. And then as you brew up for tomorrow, those storms from Kansas down to Texas and Colorado, bring in chances for 50 miles per hour wind gusts also. Some cells showing maybe 60 or 70. Some strong storms still brewing in this region. Now, if you look at the latest update on our next storm coming, you can see on Monday we still have that 15% risk. It has grown a little bit more. Here's your cities and states at risk. And you can see the update with National Weather Service that it is showing chances for supercells, tornadoes, particularly damage and winds, and very large hail. Plus, if it verifies what the model has been showing, that it could go well into the evening across eastern Kansas, Oklahoma, and western Missouri. Also showing they will maintain the 15% risk, but upgrades in later outlooks as the predictability does increase. And with all the information they do see additional severe outlooks are likely as these details become more predictable of what the impacts are from Monday and Tuesday, maybe a little bit further. Because you can still see the latest update that we still have that severe weather risk for Monday from National Weather Service. Colorado State University sees the same thing, still sees those upticks in severity. And as you go in through Tuesday, they don't have anything yet, but remember, they are going to put something up as they get more confidence. You can see here Colorado State University showing it will go into Tuesday, and SIPS is agreeing as well. Even showing a possibility for an uptick again on Wednesday. We have a lot of instability, a lot of dew points, and a lot of storms that's going to be brewing. You can see this also on SIPS. Might even go all the way till next Thursday. Because you can see here where your dew points, that you get a lot of strong dew points. You get warm temperatures all the way up into Canada. But you get a lot of strong dew points as you go through Monday, as that cool air comes on in. You can see it goes all the way up for Monday, all the way early morning for Tuesday. Climbs across for Tuesday, bringing strong dew points while your system's up here. You can see that. And then also as you go into Wednesday, strong dew points again. This is going to keep growing. You can see also with your instability, it raises way up, bringing a strong surface low. You still have cyclogenesis. And as you go all the way until Tuesday, look how it brings up from Monday into Tuesday. Then as you go all the way into Wednesday, still there as well. A lot of strong cape in the south, a lot of heat. But you can see how the storm comes in for Monday. You get this very high ridge, warm temperatures, moisture all pulling up way into Canada while you're getting this storm system pushing through, bringing your chances for your severe weather. As you go from Monday, as it strengthens and goes in for Monday night, then you have it again for Tuesday. Watch how this comes right back in for Tuesday as well. I believe this will strengthen into Tuesday. Wednesday is still a little hit and miss. There's a lot of discombobulation going on in the atmosphere. You can see it in this weather model, but you can see it does bring some severity with it. It's just not as severe as the Monday or Tuesday. But still showing it is a strengthening low pressure, cyclogenesis, getting all the way down to a 975, showing even more strength with this storm system as that stays strong the whole time, and you get that tail whip of an upper level low. This is a strong storm, and look how it forms in for Tuesday as well. It starts transitioning to another low right over Wisconsin and Michigan, and that will keep your storm severe on the southern and eastern side. There will be a Tuesday coming with this storm system. The winds aloft also are strong, bringing strong winds all the way down towards Texas, all the way into Canada, which will help with chances for tornadoes as you go through Monday, early in the morning, overnight chances. Also, as it comes in for Tuesday, you get those winds right back on that next low, that upper level low that transitions over to Wisconsin and Michigan. Looks like a strong storm is forming, not only for Monday, for Tuesday, and maybe Wednesday. And still showing is bringing strong winds at the first beginning of that high ridge. And you can see the winds, they are strong. They're picking 50 and 60. Still got the higher elevation of the Rocky Mountains getting maybe towards 70 or 80. But you're still seeing some 50 and 60 coming all the way in with that storm system, bringing a lot of flooding. You can see it over here for the Northwest, also for the upper Midwest, and what's coming over here for the Central Plains, the South Central, and the east side of the lower 48. Bringing more chances for more flooding. Plus, let's not forget the snow, because as you go in through Monday night, Tuesday morning, you have very cold temperatures coming in, and you also have some very cold wind chills coming with this as well. You do have the cold side coming with it. That's your wind chills. And this is your temperatures bringing that snowfall. Definitely hitting higher elevations is what I can see. Not seeing it go too far past that. But as you go into Tuesday, after you get to warm up, it comes down again, bringing in more cooler temperatures. But now with the wind chills is where it's going to bring everything a little bit further towards the east, but not going too much further. Everybody else is going to be in that high ridge, and you're going to stay warm. But it is bringing this potential snowstorm on the west side of the system while it brings potential tornadoes on the east side. This is just a wild and wacky storm system that we are having in May. Bringing higher elevations for sure, chances for 1 to 2 feet across Washington, Oregon, California, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, even Utah and Nevada getting in on some snowfall. This is going to be higher elevations, but this is just amazing to me. So far showing as you go through Monday, the winds start picking up. You can see the isobars getting really tight. You see cyclogenesis kicking in. And as you go through the evening, you start getting these storms building up, bringing chances for damage and winds and chances for tornadoes. And don't forget the wraparound. This is bringing storms towards Montana on the west side as well. You do have some winds aloft. But look at a bowing out that comes out as you go overnight for Monday into Tuesday. Still have a strong surface low pressure sitting there. Then it does transition to low pressure as it goes into Tuesday over here towards Wisconsin and Michigan, strengthening up again as it brings more chances for severe weather. I will keep you updated. Plus, now that we're going into May, we have an excessive heat watch that is going to be happening as we go in from the 9th all the way towards the 11th, all the way to the 10th over here on this moderate section. Plus, quick update on your tropics, like I showed you a few days ago, how that next wave coming through for the middle of May is going to go through Central America into Eastern Pacific. You can see that verification right here on your global tropics. From the 15th through the 21st, you're expecting cyclone formation for the Eastern Pacific. That's that wave pushing through. If you've never been here before, make sure you subscribe. I am a month ahead of anybody on hurricane season. I will let you know exactly what's going on with these storms, and I do afternoon updates and let you know what the changes are. This right here, we already knew about a long time ago. No big threat. Thank you again for your time, everybody. I hope this has helped you understand what is happening for today and what's coming around the corner. I don't think this is needed for an afternoon update. I think it's a very mild section. I think the main thing is going to bring some hail, some damage and winds, and it's going to bring some flooding. So just be aware of that. I will keep you updated on the next storm coming. Remember, it will be a growing threat into Tuesday as well as we get closer, and possibly Wednesday. Now, before you go real quick, Hebrews 4:14 through 16. Seeing then that we have a great high priest that is passed into heavens, Jesus, the Son of God, let us hold fast our profession. For we have not an high priest which cannot be touched with the feeling of our infirmities, but was in all points tempted like as we are, yet without sin. Let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need. Amen. Remember, everybody, all glory does go to God, our Father in heaven, Yahweh. And I hope He always keeps you blessed, you and your family, every single day of your life and forever. Amen. Hallelujah. Amen. Have a great day, everybody.